Hi everyone, it's me, Tweeper. I've decided to make another video for today. And it's going to be a response to my Proposition 8 video, which I made in November? Early November, I believe. Well, let me go to it. Okay, yes, it's 7th of November I made it. It was a response to Slap Your Face's Proposition 8 and its infuriating stupidity. And I'm going to reply to a comment made by Disgusted, offended. And he's a guy who supports Proposition 8. I believe he's religious because I've read some of his comments on Slap Your Faces video. And yeah, I'm fine. And I have nothing against you, by the way, Disgusted. I have nothing against you. You are allowed with your own views. I am not someone who hates religion, but I'm not someone who supports it. I'm kind of in between. I don't hate anything. I have a broad. I have a broad aspect of what's right and what's wrong. And if you believe in religion, you should be allowed to believe in it. You should be allowed to worship your God if you wish to. Me, myself, I don't have a religion myself. At the moment, maybe I will become religious in 10 years. Maybe. I don't know, really. Anyway, I thought I'd start off reading his comment first. Okay, so, if you don't know what state, don't comment. It makes you look bad. Some change is not good because it hurts the life of others. Christians in government jobs would be affected because it would force them to go against their religious beliefs. Children who live in a same-sex marriage are at a disadvantage because the gender identities mirror each other. The child is at a disadvantage because if they were a boy being raised by two women, he would have to look elsewhere for a male figure to model aft. Now, he probably ran out of letters there, so I won't hold that against him. Few spelling mistakes. I'm not going to really make fun of them, except the backars. But I'm just a bad guy when it comes to that. If you don't know what state, don't comment. It doesn't really matter what state it's in. We're in a new age where same-sex marriage should be allowed, and I really don't see why I should know the state of where Proposition 8 had took place. It's in Carolina, I think it was. I'm not sure. I could go and watch. I'm kind of like T2. I don't want to go research stuff and then know everything about it just for a video. I want to just say what I already know. If people correct me, then I learn. I'm not going to go out and learn everything. I live in the United Kingdom where gay marriage is allowed. And male figure. You don't need a male figure. You don't need a father for a male figure. Now, many people make jokes about lesbians, as you say, be really manly. Like one being really manly. I have a lesbian sister, and she's actually quite manly. So, that could be a father figure, I guess. However, I could make a retort, in a way. Yes, same-sex marriage, there's not a certain figure, I guess. But think about it. Now, there's European countries that allow gay marriage. And there's this huge, if you allow gay marriage, the population will go down. There's no statistics saying that. Actually, population is still going up, even with gay marriage and such. Still going on to this day. Gay sexuality is still rising, and population is still rising. Gay marriage is actually way more stable than straight marriage? Heterosexual marriage, sorry. Traditional marriage. Yeah, it's more reliable in a way. They usually have stronger bonds, gay marriage, because they're way more serious about marriage than most heterosexuals are. Because, they're, let's see, how to say, well, there's a lot of divorces throughout the world. Like, I don't know, I don't even know the statistics of it, but there's a lot of divorce. But if you compare the heterosexual divorce to homosexual divorce, homosexuals probably don't divorce as much as heterosexuals do. Now, it may be true, and I really do believe that's true, because I know homosexuals who have married. I know probably around 20 homosexual marriages. And I know it's 50 heterosexual people who have married. And a lot of the heterosexuals have divorced, but none of the homosexuals have divorced. Now, divorce is a real threat, and if heterosexuals divorce more than homosexuals, that's more damaging to the kid than a homosexual marriage. Because my mom and dad have divorced, and that was a difficult time. That's way more damaging than having no male figure. And even if you don't have a male figure, you can look to other people. Like, you could get influence from other people, at least. Now, oh god, what was I going to say? Now I remember. Now, here's a point. Okay, fine. You say there's no male figure there to give that boy that area of thought or whatever. I don't need a male figure, whatever. Anyway. Well, in that case, what about if the child had a father and a mother, and the father left? Because that's a lot of case, and I don't like using this because it may father in everything which is about divorce or whatever, like films and stuff. It's always the father who leaves, and never the mother, except some films. Anyway, the father leaves. There's no male figure then, is there? What about if the woman's a widower? Now, from what I remember, you're not allowed to marry after a while or something? I can't remember. But most women don't marry after their husband dies until a long period of time. If they split up, no, they don't. They kind of go out. But that's it. If they die, most women wouldn't want to just go out and get married for at least a few years, maybe 2 years, until they get a boyfriend again. And then there's 2 years of no male figure. But that's all I have to say about this, and yeah, there's a lot of pauses throughout this, and it's probably going to be annoying, but I'm not going to edit it in any way. So, yeah, bye. And maybe you'll watch this. Actually, I have one other point before I finish this. He talks about traditional marriage and that it's traditional. Well, this is on Slap Your Faces. He says it's traditional because Adam and Eve got married. But they never did get married. I don't remember Adam and Eve getting married. I remember them being created by God and they were put together, but never married. So, if maybe they married by God, but then why is it like such big services for marriages? Anyway, bye.